He's a Siouxland native who has a voice that's been called a national treasure by one president.
At age 80, Andy Williams continues to entertain people years after singing his first songs as a youngster in Wall Lake, Iowa. A few weeks ago, I had a chance to sit down with Williams and talk about his career and life. It started at this house overlooking the train depot in Wall Lake, where Andy's father was a mail clerk for the railroad. Jay Williams was also the choir director of the church where Andy and his three older brothers, Dick, Don, and Bob, made beautiful music together.
And then he figured that, you know, if we were going to do something with our singing, we had to get into a bigger city. We had to get into Des Moines. That was really something to be going to Des Moines.
For nearly 4 years, the Williams brothers sang on WHO Radio's Iowa Barn Dance Frolic. Their talent and their father's job transfers leading them to bigger venues in Chicago, Cincinnati, and Los Angeles. In the early 50s, the brothers decided to pursue their own ambitions. Andy went solo.
With somebody new, but I'm crazy about you, you butterfly.
Eventually recording a #1 hit, Butterfly.
I just sort of imitated, in a way, Presley. And go, you tell me you love me, you say you'll be true, then you fly around. You know, so it was that kind of a, well, as I say, rockabilly song.
But it was a melody sung by Audrey Hepburn in the 1961 movie Breakfast at Tiffany's that would become Williams' signature song, selling 500,000 albums in just one day after he performed it at the Academy Awards.
Moon river, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in the sky someday.
I don't know why some young cat doesn't come along and do it again now, because it could be a hit all over again. People love the song.
By the early 60s, Williams' popularity led to a nearly 10-year run with his own nationally televised variety show that featured the biggest stars of the day and some young performers discovered by his father, the Osmond Brothers. In 1991, Williams' brother Don invited him to see what was happening in the music capital of the Ozarks, Branson, Missouri.
And then when I told some of my friends that I was planning on going to Branson, Missouri, first of all, they'd say, where is it? You know, or what is it?
But Williams, tired of years on the road, saw an opportunity and a place to settle down. There were a lot of people who I'm sure thought you were nuts.
Everybody I knew thought I was nuts, because I was the only non-country singer. Everything was country.
Williams' 2,000-seat Moon River Theater is one of about 40 in Branson, highly lauded for its design that blends into the terrain of the Ozark Mountains. Recently, he took over a nearby struggling restaurant. His Moon River Grill serves many of what's called Andy's favorites, things his mother used to cook.
My brother Don would go into the kitchen when we first opened. He spent hours and hours with the chef, teaching him exactly how to do the rhubarb shortcake the way my mother did it, to do the same thing with the chicken vegetable soup.
In 1998, Williams and his family got a serving of hometown hospitality when he returned to his birthplace.
You know, there's 749 people in Wall Lake, and about 7,400 people showed up for this dedication of the house. And they had a big parade. It was really quite something. It was wonderful.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
These days, the popular Christmas show Williams hosted for years on television is an annual staple of his live shows in Branson, where Williams continues to showcase his talents in what he calls an affordable surrounding for the common man.
They can come in for a few days and not spend their life savings. They can have a good time, bring their kids. That's what Branson is about.
Williams has also performed in space, sort of. In 1999, Senator John Glenn took Andy's Greatest Hits CD on his return to space. And here's another interesting bit of trivia about Andy Williams. He is one of the few people to have a Muppet made in his likeness.
Really?
Yes, he had a Muppet, actual Muppet head that looked like Andy Williams. And also he has been featured on The Simpsons as well.
Wow.
So spanning a couple of generations.
Is he singing Moon River?
Yes.
Not quite. What an amazing story.
Actually, one of the shows was based in his Moon River Theater.
Wow.
So.